right, welcome everybody. What a great day. What a beautiful day to be in a Tennessee State Park, especially at Fall Creek Falls. What a gorgeous place. It is my honor here to welcome you to the ribbon cutting and dedication of this incredible facility that you've seen behind me, and that many of you, if not all of you, have been in. And so you'll agree with me that this is just a phenomenal place. My name is Jim Bryson. I'm the Deputy Commissioner for Parks and Conservation, and I get the honor to be able to welcome you today and to host this long anticipated event. One of the things that I get to do is I get to just recognize a few people. So I want to do that. We have a lot of people from General Assembly that are here, and I'm not going to be able to name all of them. I know that, but I will name a couple of the local ones. Senators Bailey and Bowling unfortunately wanted to be here, and at the last minute had to cancel, so they send their regrets. As well as we've got also Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally also had to send his regrets. He had planned to be here. We've got a lot of other people here. Before I go any further, though, I do want to say thank you to Governor and Maria Lee for being here today. We appreciate you all being here and taking the time on this beautiful day to come and celebrate this event. Tyler Cox from Senator Haggerty's office is here. Tanner Cox and Tyler Privet from Senator Blackburn's office is here. I just saw Greg Wilson, Van Buren County Mayor. Greg, where are you? Please raise your hand. There you are, right in the middle there. Thank you. Bledsoe County Mayor Greg Ridley. Greg, here he is, right over there. Thank you for being here. Pikeville Mayor Philip Cagle. Oh, over there. Good to have you. And then, of course, Spencer Mayor Mickey Robinson. Mickey, I thought I saw you here. And so it's good to have you. I want to also make a special welcome to Mary Hall. I met Mary just a few minutes ago, so I just want to say hello to her. Mary, where are you? There she is. Mary's right here. Mary actually had worked at the inn and started in 1972 here and managed the old inn. That's a good segue into saying if you're on staff at the park or at this lodge, would you raise your hand also? Can y'all give them a big round of applause? You know, a lot of us stand up at podiums and things, but those are the people that make it work. And we're so glad that you all are here. We've just got a phenomenal staff. You're going to get a chance to meet them here at the lodge. We have a phenomenal staff here. And so really thank you, Jacob Young, park manager also. Thank you for all the work that you do. And they've had a lot of problems with trees and down and snow and heavy winds and all those things, and they've gotten this park ready for us, and they've gone above and beyond to make that happen. So really do appreciate that. I want to introduce our first speaker. You know, this lodge is not just a building or a hotel. It's really a gateway to this park and to this entire community. The lodge is a major employer here, and it's an economic engine in the area. But more than that, this lodge is actually woven into the fabric of the families of this community. It is much more than just a place. One of the finest examples we have of that is our very own Zonda Holloway. I want to tell you a little bit about Zonda and introduce her. Four generations of Zonda's family were raised here. Her mother was a cook in the original inn. Zonda played in the park as a child. She herself began working here in 1983. Her daughter began working here in 2000. Her son has been a lifeguard in high school and college, and two of her granddaughters have worked in the snack bar. Today, Zonda is the general manager of the brand new lodge at Fall Creek Falls.
First of all, I would like to thank all the wonderful employees that we were so gracious to get to come to work for the lodge at Fall Creek Falls. Ms. Shannon Bowles, her team, along with the pod team, did an amazing job with a 2-day rapid hire event that resulted in the lodge having the best of the best employees, and we thank y'all for that. Today I was asked to tell a story. As Mr. Bryson stated, I've been at the park for a very long time. I started when I was 21 years old, so y'all do the math. I needed a job and I applied for the first position that was available. Little did I know that that would be the start of something great. I got a call and was offered a job cleaning tables. I gladly accepted it. I knew right away that I wanted to be a server. I pushed through each day and the opportunity finally came for me to be a server. I loved it and I knew that I had landed the perfect job. I was able to take home money each day. I got a free meal each shift, and the best of all, I got paid to talk to people and meet many lifelong friends. I waited tables for many years until the restaurant manager's position became available, and I was encouraged to apply. I was awarded the job, and I managed the restaurant for 18 years. And I helped take care of millions of guests during this time. This was a stepping stone to something that was to come later on in my career. When the inn closed down, I was offered the job managing the 30 cabins, and I enjoyed the challenge. And to my great satisfaction, my team and I were awarded the Revenue Award for the fiscal year of 2021. Our cabins at Fall Creek Falls generated $1.7 million in 1 year. Again, that's a tribute to the hardworking housekeeping staff to make all this happen. And of course, the last interview board that I got a chance to sit down in front of was the position as the general manager for this beautiful building. And here I am. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined that I would be sitting in this seat, and especially standing on the same stage as Governor Bill Lee. I want to first thank my parents that taught me the value of hard work and to always treat people with kindness and respect. I would next like to thank my family, especially my husband, for being supporting me in my past and present endeavors. I don't want to pass up the opportunity to recognize former General Manager John Holloway for supporting me from the very beginning and encouraging me to always believe in myself. Lastly, I would like to thank the upper management that has mentored me and trusted me to be where I am today. It has been a pleasure to work and be a part of such an amazing ride. I am truly blessed. Thank you guys.
I think we could cut the ribbon right there. Zonda, that was fabulous, and we are so incredibly glad that you have stayed here for so long and given so much of yourself to this place. Thank you. 3 years ago, we had a groundbreaking here at this lodge, or will soon be the lodge. At that time, Representative Sexton predicted that this lodge would revitalize the Van Buren County and transform this whole area. Today, Speaker Sexton, your representative, is the leader of the House of Representatives and a strong supporter of our state parks and a real advocate for Fall Creek Falls State Park in particular. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will try not to cough. I'm not positive, just to let you know. I got cough drops in. But it's wonderful to be here today. This is a nice, warm plateau weather day for all you people who have not been on plateaus before. A little higher elevation. But this is a great day for the community and for the people of Van Buren County and for the surrounding areas. One is it's a brand new facility that will increase revenue and visitation and make a destination go from 1 to 2 days to a long weekend to a long week. And really what we need to have people come visiting this part of our state. I appreciate the two mayors, and they're going to see their revenue go back up, and they're going to see the state money come back to the state because they're going to be able to take that money and grow their communities and do more things with it. And we're about hosting people. We're about allowing people to have the Tennessee experience, and this is a great representation of this community and the historical perspective that we have of the state parks and what this has meant here. Me and my family came here. I've been coming here since I was 8 years old with my family. I won't tell you all the mischief we did here when I was 8, 9, and 10. But this is a long-standing park, and it's a great opportunity to be here today. Thank you all for the vision. Thank you, Governor, for pushing this through. We needed some extra money at the end. Thank you for doing that. Commissioner Bryson, thank you for your leadership. Commissioner Ezell for tourism. I know you're going to promote this park very well for us. And thank you all for coming out on a very great afternoon for the fine people of Van Buren County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Any great accomplishment requires great teamwork. Tennessee State Parks has been so fortunate to have a lot of great partners to help manage this magnificent project that we see here today. The Real Estate and Asset Management Group in the Department of General Services works closely with State Parks to make sure that all of our projects come in on schedule and on budget. This lodge is a really good example, a great example of how two state agencies work together to make something incredible happen. This partnership works. It is my pleasure to introduce the Department of General Services Deputy Commissioner of Real Estate and Asset Management, John Holloway.
Thank you, Jim. You know, 3 years ago, we all stood out here and it was really cold on a January day, and we did a groundbreaking. So I am just so excited for all of you to be back here to see the inn that we finally built. I certainly appreciate Governor Lee and his support, the members of the General Assembly for the funding, Speaker Sexton, and everyone on that end, because we did need a little bit more as we got there. So at that time, 3 years ago, we had to go back to the drawing board on a few items. So we met with our team from Earl Swenson Associates, our architects, Bell Construction, our construction company who performed this project. And in the end, we have a 98,000 square foot facility with 85 rooms, a conference center, a pool in a wonderful setting. So we thank you for doing that. I remember lots of meetings that we had early on in this project where they got a call from this deputy commissioner to come on into the Tennessee Tower and meet in a conference room. Well, those were the days you actually could do that. And they came in because we had to go through every line item of this project to make sure that it happened and to make sure that we built a budget that we could achieve in the end. So we thank you for that. I also want to thank our good friends in TDEC. Deputy Commissioner Jim Bryson said it, that they are our partners. So Commissioner Salyers, your team, everyone here at the park, you stood beside us when the numbers just didn't add up all the time. When choices had to be made, you stood with us to do that, and we thank you for the end in the end. For the Earl Swenson Associates, our architects that are here, there's a few names that I wanted to mention because obviously they built a great inn, designed it here for us on the lake. So early on in the design process, we challenged them to come up with a different kind of inn for our state parks. And we hope you love it as you see it here today. So I want to mention some of those people. Ron Lustig, the principal, Brandon Keown, Jordan Fay, Sarah Woodard, Jenny Harlan, and Kim Seitzmeyer. Thank you for your work on this inn. To Bell Construction, I really have to thank our construction team. You all did this in a pandemic, to tell you the truth. You know, when materials weren't always the easiest to get, when your teams were affected by COVID, you brought us an inn, got it done on time and under budget. And in the end, when we add all the numbers up, we're going to be under budget for this inn. So thank you for that. And lastly, I want to say thank you to my team. There's a couple of individuals here that worked on this from beginning to end. Larry Milton, who is our project manager, and Lynette Phillips, who has been with us throughout this project as well. So thank you all. Thank you for having us be part of this project, and we hope you love the inn on this set. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And I want to just mention that we found out literally as we were starting this event today that this facility has won an AIA award, an architect. That's an architecture association. I literally found out 30 seconds before we started, award for design, and we're very, very proud of that, and look forward to seeing more of that as it comes. John, thank you and your team for all that you have done to make all of this possible. This lodge will not just be a lodge, but it will be an economic boon to this community and for everyone around, because it's going to draw visitors from Tennessee and across the nation. We've done studies in state park that show that any visitor that comes to a state park and spends the night spends $127 every night when they stay here in the local community. So that's going, they buy gas, they buy food, they buy recreation. Tourism is good for the community. I want to introduce, in just a second, I want to introduce Mark Ezel. He is a man of vision and energy. He is our Commissioner of Tourism, and he is passionate about making sure that we promote the rural economy Tourism and Recreation. I want to take just a moment to introduce my friend, Mark Ezell, Commissioner of Tourism for the state of Tennessee.
Thank you. It is so good to be here, and what a privilege it is for me and the rest of our team from Tennessee Department of Tourist Development to be here at this stunning new lodge here at Fall Creek Falls. Congratulations to the State Parks team, Commissioner Saunders, to Deputy Commissioner Bryson, Zonda, and the team. Well, what a great story. You are what makes these kind of places successful, and that will be successful in the future. So, as Jim mentioned, it is an important investment for surrounding communities to drive those visitors for the state of Tennessee to come here and create revenue. And we've seen more than ever in these last 2 years that our scenic beauty and our outdoor recreation have truly set Tennessee apart. And we are grateful for all the work that has been done in these last couple of years as visitors escaped to the great outdoors. And no one stepped up more than our State Parks group as we saw record growth. I will tell you that Van Buren and Bledsoe County saw a combined $25.5 million in visitor spending in 2020. And Van Buren was one of only 15 counties to actually have an increase, and one of 6 counties to have more than 5% increase in 2020. And I think that data, as Jim mentioned, underscores the impact of our parks, which help our rural communities continue to outperform year over year. And then in December, this past December, we announced the Bill Dance Signature Lakes. It's going to be a collaborative effort between state parks, TWRA, the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development to improve our Tennessee lakes and increase visitation. And Fall Creek Falls Lake is one of those 18 lakes that will bear fishing legend Bill Dance's stamp of approval and see the improvements that we are going to do both below the water and above the water. We believe it's just another step, an important step in helping our market in bringing people to the great outdoors in Tennessee. Because when they come, they support jobs, they drive economic growth, and most importantly, we know they'll keep coming back because of the experiences, and this iconic new destination here at the Lodge is going to do that. So thank you to our friends at State Parks. Congratulations, Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner, Zonda, and team. We are so excited and can't wait to see what gets created in the future. Blessings to you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you for your leadership in our tourism industry all throughout the state. Completing grand projects require vision and leadership. They require a focus on results while building relationships and making sure that those relationships work together well. TDEC is fortunate to have a leader who consistently focuses on results and relationships together. We're fortunate to have a leader who has continued to support this project and other projects that we've done throughout state parks over the last 3 years. It is my pleasure to introduce my boss, the Commissioner of the Department of Environment and Conservation, David Saunders.
Jim, I'm gonna have to get somebody else to write those total points for you now. It sounds like I'm bragging on myself a little bit there. What a great day. It's always a great day to be in a Tennessee State Park, but especially today. I am so thrilled. Thanks, Jim. Shannon, I don't know where you are now. In the back, making things happen. And Zonda and Chad and everybody in Tennessee State Parks for their tremendous work and effort in bringing this all together. And I'd also like to add my voice to appreciation of our partners. John, thank you for being here. Well, I understand Christy may be vacationing in Europe, but glad you're here representing. So, but we're grateful for your work, and we're especially grateful for the work of the General Assembly members. So many here, too many to name. Several of them have already been named. So, but thank you for that. So, all of our 56 states, the most difficult question I have to answer as a commissioner is, what is your favorite state park? And I have hung around politicians enough to know how to pivot answer that question. So my answer is they're all special. They're all unique. They all have their own story. And I don't even go so far to say where I'm at on that particular day. But have I dodged that sufficiently? Speaker Sexton, how am I doing? I thought he might say that. So, with all of them, I would say that most people, especially the speaker, consider Fall Creek Falls to be the crown jewel of our system. So I'm just so thrilled to be here. And now Fall Creek Falls has a lodge to match the beauty of this place. And it's not only that, but the promise. And I think that was touched on earlier, what this means to this community, what it's going to mean going forward. So I will, just salute the vision and the leadership across administrations and general assemblies that make this kind of strategic investment and progress possible for all of Tennessee. I also want to recognize the other part of what makes this place special. You heard Zonda's story. I was moved. Yeah, but it's the people of Fall Creek Falls, and that's it. And I'm grateful for the people of this region, including supporters, friends, and staff. And I know the past 5 years has not been easy. It has really been tough, but I think our patience has been rewarded. Great things truly do come to those who wait. So we're so proud, this world-class lodge, and this is a world-class lodge. We got a trophy that says that now, Jim. So we'll display that prominently in our, here. But anyway, it's going to be delighting visitors from all over the place and come to Van Buren and Bledsoe County. So this is today is a capstone for a sensational season at Fall Creek Falls. We've made quite a few significant investments. Thanks to General Assembly. Governor Lee, thank you for stepping in and allowing us to finish this off. Renovated 20 cabins, refurbished an additional 10, built a fantastic new visitor center, the Betty Dunn Visitor Center, renovated many facilities in the popular Green Village, and installed a new irrigation system at the golf course. And I think the speaker and I are going to play night this afternoon. But we have new playgrounds, upgraded restrooms. But one of my personal favorites here is the one-of-a-kind Betty Dunn Nature Center. That was early in my tenure as commissioner. I've probably been here a month or two. And the First Lady joined me, Governor Dunn, and Betty Dunn as we dedicated that facility. Speaker Sexton was there as well. I don't think you were speaker at that point in time, but that was you must be doing some good stuff up here in this region. So, but it was a terrific day, and it was special to me. So, and through it all over the past 5 years, and in particular the last couple, our staff kept everything going. And where's Jacob? Jacob Young, where are you? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. You and your team, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. And Jacob can take you to all the secret scenic overlooks out here as well. Just be careful. He got me out one. I was like, that's too scary. I'm not getting near the edge. He's like, you've already stepped over the scariest part. You didn't notice. Anyway, he had to rope me back. So I'm so excited that we now have this tremendous facility to take care of our guests. And I'm so confident the new lodge with the restaurant, conference center will complement your care and your skill and to make many more wow moments, as Jim likes to put it. I came in, I couldn't even say hi to anybody when I walked in the door. I'm looking at the fireplace and architecture, everything about this place. I'm so excited. I'm going to get to be one of the first few people to spend the night here. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. But speaking of people who appreciate this region and its people, it's my pleasure to introduce our special guest today. I mentioned the value of vision and leadership earlier, and our state is blessed to have a chief executive and administrative level. We are so fortunate to have a leader that stays in touch with all Tennesseans, making a point to engage and lift up communities in every part of the state, from Pikeville to Paris, from Spencer to Savannah. It's been the honor of my professional career to serve in this cabinet, and this afternoon it is my distinct pleasure to introduce my boss and your governor, the Honorable Bill Lee.
Commissioner. So many things right about what's happening here today. Speaker Sexton, honored to be with you and a multitude of members of the General Assembly, county mayors. Most importantly, I'm honored to be standing here with Zonda, Jacob, your team, the men and women who work in this facility, in this community, one of the most beautiful spots in all of America, and now one of the most beautiful lodges in all of America for a state park. And we have some of the best state parks in this country. We all know that. Maria and I certainly know it. We stayed here, I don't know when it was, a year and a half ago or so. We camped out. In fact, we stayed in a tent, and I think our detail was shocked by that. Of course, they stayed in a cabin. Didn't you, Craig? They were very concerned about me and Maria being in a tent by ourselves. But not too concerned to be right there beside us. Anyway, we were here, and we liked and enjoyed this park like we have so many. And I've been coming to this park since I was a kid. But we parked our car up there and walked down here to this site, and there wasn't anything much here. It was cleared out. But we talked about what a beautiful spot it would be. And I'm thrilled as I can be and honored to be right back here in this spot. And it's beyond what my expectations would have been. Thanks to everyone who's had anything to do with this, the Swinson team, the Bell team, and construction folks that put it together, our commissions, our departments, General Services and TDAC and Tourism, and certainly the men and women of the General Assembly and the leadership of the General Assembly that allows for funding to take place like this, significant funding we put in the budget last year for the improvement of our state parks. I suspect you'll see that again because I'm a man who believes deeply, Maria and I both do, that conservation and the protection of our natural resources is incredibly important if we want Tennessee to remain one of the most beautiful states in the country. And if we want Maria and I went camping at another state park this past summer with our two grandsons. And if we want our grandsons to stand here when they're as old as me and appreciate the natural resources we have, then we've got to protect them and preserve them and do right by them. So thank you all for long before I got here, for making a pathway that leads to a lodge like this and a park like this and a system like this that we all have so much to be proud of. I remember, Mayor, 5 years ago or so, I pulled up in your office in a truck. You didn't know who I was, and I said I'm kind of interested in what it's like in some of our most distressed rural counties. And we talked about the economies of rural communities. Actually, both mayors and I did that. How important rural Tennessee was, and how important rural tourism is to the economies of the state. 35 million people visit our state parks. $1.8 billion in economic input into our state as a result of people coming and visiting these state parks. This is not just money spent on a park. This is an investment in the future of our state's stable economy. And we are very fortunate to be Tennesseans, I'll say that, because we have an economy that is the envy of most states of America, with no doubt the lowest tax per capita in the country, and yet reserves and revenues to make it possible for us to invest in our grandchildren's future. So
Maria and I are very proud of this park and throughout my life, but especially the park as it stands today. Very grateful for all of you who have been a part of making it the best spot and one of the best parks in the best park system in America. Thank you.
At the risk of alienating all of you by making you stay here just a moment longer, there's a couple of things I would like to say, and that is that I cannot tell you how impressed, how gratified I am to have a governor that knows the visitation and economic impact of our Tennessee State Park. That says so much about his belief in the parks, his understanding of the benefits of the parks, and his support of our parks. And so, Governor, Maria, we thank you so much for all that you have done for our state park, in addition to staying in them, actually. And so thank you for that, because you all have done that. Thank you very much. I also want to say thank you to the legislature. We have several members of the General Assembly here. There's been an unprecedented investment in our Tennessee State Parks, including this lodge and other lodges, but many, many other facilities and land and beautiful scenic and cultural places across the state because of the generosity of our legislature and the belief that our legislature has that the Tennessee State Parks and being outdoors in nature is not only good for our economy, as we were just talking about, but is good for our physical, mental, and emotional health. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you. Now I will move on and let's cut the ribbon. We want to do that, and I want to invite Governor Lee and First Lady Maria Lee back up to the podium, along with Speaker Sexton, Commissioner Salyers, Commissioner Ezell, Deputy Commissioner Hall, County Mayor Greg Wilson, Mayor Greg Ridley, Mayor Philip Cagle, and Mayor Mickey Robinson. Y'all come on up and let's cut this ribbon.
I don't typically watch. So I'm sorry, sweetie. Dennis, if you get my